Do you want to know the best way to start generating some leads and finding an audience of people that are interested in working with you and buying your credit or funding service? Well, the first step is a lead magnet. So today, I'll go over why you need a lead magnet, what it should be about, how to put it together, and where to put it so you can generate more leads, book more calls, and close more high-ticket coaching clients. So let's start with why you need a lead magnet. Well, in your funding business, most likely you're running into these main issues right here. Your prospects are lacking trust in you. There's too much competition everywhere, and everyone is shopping around. So right now, we need a way to really stand out in the marketplace. How can you become their funding expert? So if we lead with a valuable lead magnet, this allows us to educate our prospects, which builds trust. It makes us be seen as the authority, which actually builds loyalty inside of our prospects. So if we provide them with a valuable lead magnet that actually helps them navigate certain steps, that overcomes certain objections or brings them some clarity on the entire process, now we can really basically book more calls, we can have easier sales, we can close more clients, and we have a more profitable marketing system. Again, because we're able to really stand out, basically, because we're leading with value. We're not just trying to sell them something like everyone else out there in the marketplace. But not only are we able to book more calls, easier calls, close more clients, and become more profitable, we're able to stack and compound our marketing efforts. Because right now, if you're currently running some ads and trying to sell your clients, and you don't have any compound strategy or some stacking of clients or leads, you're basically going to be trying to sell to new people every single month with a buy or die strategy, right? But every single month you're starting at zero and staying stagnant. Compared to having a compounding lead list, this allows you to have a certain amount of leads and then add that leads list to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. And now every single month, not only can you sell to this month's leads, you can sell to the last one, the one before that, and the one before that, which again allows us to build a list, and also, if you do it correctly, a list of qualified buyers, because we're going to market it correctly and only the right type of people will actually enter into our funnel. So this is why you need a lead magnet. Again, because we can book more calls, easier calls, we can get more clients, make it more profitable. We can also stack and compound our marketing efforts of more qualified buyers. And we follow this strategy to now grow our list of prospects to almost 10,000 people, and also grow certain communities of free community here on Skool, in this case, to almost 500 people, which is a huge authority asset that I can use to sell more clients. And throughout this entire process, this is what we've done to consistently fill out our calendar each and every week. So we have plenty of people to sell to. We always have that opportunity to grow the business. So that's why you need a lead magnet. So what should your lead magnet be about? If you're in the credit or funding space, there's really two main options that I've seen work the best. So let's think about your perfect avatar, right? Your perfect avatar for funding offer probably has good credit and they have an LLC, right? And right now, their dream outcome is to have funding to launch a business, scale a business, invest, or what have you, right? But right now, they're struggling because they lack knowledge, they lack clarity, they have certain concerns and objections. So we have two different options to help this dream avatar and allow us to become that perfect funding coach and that authority. So option number one is going to be to create our dream clients. So we have certain requirements right here. How about we help them fulfill these requirements, right? So let's think about someone that's at stage zero that needs to basically become our dream client. Well, they're probably going to need to fix their credits. They need to have an LLC established, right? So we can create a lead magnet that gives them this knowledge and these resources to basically become that client. And this helps us a lot because now we're the person that helped them gain that momentum and get clarity on the entire process. So this is a great one right here. The other one is basically a high level overview of the entire process. Overview. Let's just say that's correct right there. So basically we can go over the actual process and give them like most of the steps, right? Maybe you give them the tips on fixing their credit, the LLC, and also help them get some funding, right? But you hold certain nuggets back for your high ticket coaching clients. Well, in this case, you're more going to be selling basically the implementation and the support. Okay, so I talk about this in some of my other content, but we had an entire program fully built out and given away to our prospects. And we had prospects basically reaching out to me saying it was so valuable, they can't even imagine what's in the paid program. And we were closing clients in the DMs, right? They already knew the value was there. They already saw that I knew what I was talking about, and they just wanted help on the actual training videos itself. So we were closing clients for $6,000 to $10,000, no sales calls. So that's how powerful these lead magnets can be. So to give you an actual credible example right here, number one is basically my Business Funding Secrets ebook. So in this case, I'm creating my dream client by helping them optimize their credit and get ready for funding. Okay, so exactly what I was talking about. So inside here, I'm showing them what we need to really get started. Then I give them the steps. Okay, so helping them basically understand the process and help them build some momentum and get them on track to be able to qualify for the funding, but need our help to actually get it, right? The other one here was my fast funding formula. So this is the program that we use to really close in the DMs for thousands of dollars, but we can see how detailed it is, right? So here we're really giving them the entire program basically for free, selling the implementation. So we can see how detailed it is, right? For the optimization, we got all the trainings. For the funding itself, right? Everything broken down. So these have worked incredibly well for us to, again, book out our entire calendar and already consistently have a flow of prospects. So this is what you can make your actual lead magnets about that are very highly effective. And you can even kind of use what I have right here to give you some ideas. So how do we actually build it out? So building out the actual lead magnet itself, if you wanted to create that PDF format just like this one, you can simply create it on a platform or a tool called Canva. Okay, this allows you to create these PDFs. It's drag and drop, extremely easy. I recommend also making it interactive with some links, some pictures, right? This allows you to really basically go deeper with your prospect, provide even more value, and you can have some PS at the end, right? Which we'll talk about in a second. Next, you have Notion. So Notion would be more for like a mini course, just like my fast funding formula right here. Okay, very cheap to use. You can provide and attach some videos. You can attach some links. You can have worksheets and files attached as well. Okay, so this is going a little bit deeper than the PDF, but again, the more value you provide, the more trust you establish, and the easier your sales become. So finally, another option is using Skool. So this is basically a community. It's everything you can do inside of Notion, but also adding calls. You can have free calls. You can have that community chats. You can have like a network effect, right? So this is also very effective, but it takes more time. So if you're kind of more in the earlier stages, I'd recommend just focusing on one of these two, but this one works also very, very well. So that's how we create the actual lead magnet itself, but how do we get attention on our lead magnet? Okay, so how do we create now ads? So our ads need to follow a couple of different principles here to make them even more effective. So number one is going to be a clear outcome driven headline to get them excited and hooked in. Next, we need to use some kind of visuals to get them to stop scrolling on the platform and actually pay attention to us. Next, we need a simple / clear CTA. And then ideally we can use scarcity, urgency to really promote it and drive engagement. So for example, saying that there's only a certain amount of downloads available, or it's only going to be available for the next 24 hours or what have you, just to get people off the fence and actually engaged. And finally, we can use social proof. So if you're recording videos, you can have that inside, right? One of my best videos mentioned the fact that our Skool community, at the time, we had over 150 members inside. Now we're closer to 500, but social proof allows you to really, again, kind of stand out and get them more excited about engaging. So this is how we create these effective ads. And to give you an example of an ad that's worked really well for us is this one. Okay, so this is more for my high ticket Credit Coach Academy, in which we help people that are running credit and funding offers scale to 30, 50, 100K months by basically copying our entire marketing system and having that one-on-one help implementing everything. So this is more of a lead magnet for those types of clients, but we can see how well it works here. Okay, so for one, it's going to speak to only the right type of client that I'm looking for, right? Most people that aren't running a funding business have no idea what funding data points even are. We have the sexy headline right here telling them what they would expect by using this actual lead magnet. And then we have a very clear and simple call to action. In this case, send me the message or the word vault. Okay, so this actual ad itself has been absolutely crushing for us. Okay, because right now we're getting messages for just about $1, which is really, really cheap. And the lower the cost per results, the more result you can get per dollar spent, right? So if we increase our amount of dollars, we get even more results, right? So that's why we need to have really good ads here, because if we're spending $100, I'd rather get 100 messages compared to having a $10 per result and only get 10, right? So we need to create better ads that give us more results with the same amount of spend. Okay, so this has been a really great ad for me. You can kind of copy this concept itself. So again, some kind of a sexy visual. In this case, I'm on a podcast on a yacht, and then following the other tips right here. But I also tend to use a lot of videos as well. I have other video trainings on my YouTube channel walking you through exactly how I structure those with the scripting, etc. But this is a very simple ad that you can follow and implement today right now. So that's how we create the actual lead magnet. This is how we create the ads themselves. So now, where are we pushing this attention to? Well, we're going to push them to a lead magnet, or a landing page rather. So the landing page here is going to capture that attention and basically get them over the fence, because right now we're going to start to ask them for their info, because that's the entire goal here of a lead magnet, is basically an ethical bribe. We're going to ask for their info, their contact info, in exchange for value. But we need to make sure they see the value enough for them to actually provide it, right? Because most people, they're holding on to their contact info, rightfully so. They don't want to get spam emails all the time. So in this case, we're going to have our landing page. So the landing page, again, big headline that gets it very specific for only the right type of person. We're going to go a little bit deeper in explaining why they need this so much. We're going to go deeper. I love this aspect right here with really mainly 3 pillars that are the sexiest aspects of your lead magnet. So again, this is more for my high ticket coaching clients inside of my Credit Coach Academy that we're helping them scale. But we could basically adapt this for a funding offer, for example, with fixed credit or remove inquiries in 2 weeks, for example, or get your LLC started in 15 days, qualify for your first 50K of funding, right? That's at 0%. So this would allow us to really sell them on 3 main pillars inside of your lead magnet that would be very interesting and attractive for them. Okay, so this is the entire landing page itself. Again, you could totally follow this format. It's been absolutely crushing for us. We've been having about a 30 to 40% opt-in rate, which is very, very high for the industry. So once someone actually clicks on the click for access, what's going to happen is that they're going to get pointed towards a pop-up for their actual form. Okay, so on the form, we're going to ask them for their name and at least email. In some cases, you can also ask for phone number, but I tend to see a decent drop-off for phone number because people really don't want to get spam calls. They really don't want to get a bunch of text messages. So this tends to drop off quite a bit, and I'll most likely focus on this. You could also attach this and have it non-mandatory, but if someone sees it there, they'll think it is, so they might not fill out your form, basically. So I tend to just have these 2 right here. But once someone actually fills out the form, then they get pushed to my thank you page, which really is our VSL page for the high ticket offer. Okay, so now that we basically have created some momentum with these leads, they've engaged with their ads by basically giving us the first yes, okay, I'm interested in what you have right here. Then they're giving us a slightly bigger yes by actually giving us their contact information. And now we're going to ask for an even bigger yes by basically booking a call. Okay, so the VSL page here is going to really sell them more on our actual high ticket coaching offer for your credit or funding offer. So I have an entire training here on that actual landing page that I've used in my funding business that allows us to book all these sales calls and close all our clients. So you can check that out. But on this page, we're trying to basically go for that next ask now. Okay, but in most cases, people aren't going to basically book a call right away. So hopefully they do, right? But the whole power here of first having the lead magnet pitch and capturing their information right now is that we can hopefully book the call at this moment. But if we don't, we can use this as a follow-up formula. So whenever we have someone fill out the contact information, what we'll do is that we're going to put them on what's called an email drip sequence. So we'll have basically a series of emails that will provide them value, warm them up, and sell them on our program. So we're going to have the first email, which is going to be the download email. Okay, so thanking them and getting them excited about actually interacting with what we have. Next, we're going to have another email the following day. It's usually just one a day. And this one's going to be a reminder to actually use the lead magnet. We want them to use it because we have a lot of value packed inside, right? The whole goal of the lead magnet, part of it is this right here. You want to educate, build trust, build authority, and establish loyalty with our prospects. And they can only do that if they actually interact with the lead magnet, right? So the reminder here is going to be email number 2 for them to actually use it. And in this case, we're going to have a little PS for our offer. In case you need getting help with your credit or your funding, we have an offer that can help you kind of thing, right? So we're going to put that a little bit as a whisper in this case. And then next, we're going to have a little bit more of a direct pitch, okay? We're going to have like a promo email here for our offer. If you decide to book a call now, we'll give you some kind of a free consultation, for example. You might get some kind of a free perk, free bonus. We might have a discount running right now. Okay, so the third email is going to be a more direct pitch on our offer and making it really exciting to do it right now, basically. The next one is going to be more of a nurture one. So I have YouTube, and YouTube allows me to do so much as far as spending more time with my prospects, going deeper into value, and it's also kind of like a newsletter, right, in which they can see new videos pop up consistently. So I push my YouTube or content. Okay, so this is to really, again, just more time, more trust, more loyalty, all these things. Okay, so that I can really capture them and spend more time with them, let them know that I have content out there, basically. And finally, but of course, PS, offer. And then finally, we're going to have a very simple pitch email. Simple pitch. So a lot of people use this here in the marketing space. It's basically like that 5-worder. Do you want help scaling? But in this case, in our funding or credit offer, we would say, do you want help getting funding? Okay. So now it's like the direct pitch. We're going to basically go for the granular right here and get them on our calendar, right? So of course, we're going to have like a link to the phone right here in every single email. So now the entire premise is the fact that we're running ads, and ads cost money. So we want to be able to basically gather these leads that are engaged and start to stack our list so that now we can continue to pitch them over and over again. Hopefully we basically book a call right away, right? But if we don't, we put them into a nurture sequence, more of an aggressive nurture sequence at first with emails back to back to back. But if they even don't basically buy or book right now, we can still put them into a long-term sequence as to how we're able to stack every single month. And this might be our newsletter. Okay, so I like to use newsletters a lot because most people check their emails at least a couple of times a day, and we get really great results, very low spam rates, very low opt-out rate, and people will see us very often through their emails. So we, again, raise authority, raise trust, we can provide more value, etc. You can do it with about 1 to 3 emails per week. It's really not a lot of work. I'm really just pushing my other socials most of the time with very simple ChatGPT written emails. So that's basically the entire premise right here on why you need lead magnets, how it drives more leads, how it drives more booked calls, how it drives more sales, a more profitable marketing system for you. And now that we have this entire overview, what you can do in this moment is, number 1, decide on the topic. Okay, are you going to go for option number 1, which is creating your dream avatar, or number 2, which is going to be providing a high-level overview of what you do? Number 2 is going to be creating the landing page. So we want to create the landing page now because we want to actually push the attention somewhere once we're ready to have the attention. Number 3 is going to be creating the ads and the promo, basically. So now we're going to start to basically come up with the ideas of the topic and how we're going to pitch it to people. So in this case, now we're going to record certain ads. We might create certain picture ads like this one, right? And see if we actually have a demand. Okay, we're going to test. And if we do have a demand for our lead magnet, now we actually create the lead magnet. Okay, there's really no point in doing it before this point, because if there's no demand, we basically put in all the work of creating it for nothing. So for now, again, we're going to go over the topic. What are we going to make it about? We're then going to create the landing page just like this one, if it'll let me, right here. Then we're going to create the ad, the promo. We're going to test until we have a very low cost per result and we know it'll work and we can scale it. And then we create the actual lead magnet itself. We can use this to then drive booked calls, which then drives sales and drives money. So this is basically the entire breakdown here of lead magnets and how we use them to grow credit and funding offers. So if you're interested in working with us and joining our Credit Coach Academy, we actually provide this entire system to our coaching clients, day one, copy and paste. So we give them the entire landing page that they can use. We give them the actual lead magnets that they can send to their prospects. We give them the entire email sequence that's already pre-built and ready to go. We also coach them one-on-one on actually implementing our entire marketing system and getting them massive results so they can scale a lot faster than on their own. So if you're interested in that, you can click on the link down below. We'd love to speak with you and walk you through the entire program. Otherwise, even if we don't work together, I hope these videos are very helpful for you and helping you get your own momentum and growing your business on your own. So thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to drop them down below. And otherwise, I'll see you on the next one.